Welcome to pregnancy week 20. Yes, I am 20 weeks today. I wanted to come on here. As you can see, I'm still in my night dress and my headscarf because I just really did not feel like, you know, doing anything, and I'll explain why. But first with the good news, I wanted to, just like I did with Vila, I had my anatomy scan yesterday, which was September 25th. I had my anatomy scan with the fetal specialist because there were some concerns about Vila's femur, and one of her femurs, and which is a part of her leg. They were thinking that it's appearing to be a little shorter than it's supposed to be, and so they wanted to do a 2D ultrasound to just to see what it is. And so we did find out that, of course, mommy is always right. Baby is a girl. Yes, my little pumpkin head is a girl. And you can see it clear as day because she's so big. And she's laying breech still in my pelvis. And she was sitting Indian style. Yeah, she was sitting Indian style with her legs crossed, and I think that's why they can't get, a more accurate reading of her limbs, because she was sitting Indian style. You could see it clear as day. I don't know if she getting ready for circle time. I don't know. But yeah, she was sitting Indian style, and she was also moving all over the place, just going boom, 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 boom. And so, yes, my little pumpkin is a girl, and her name is Valerian Evelyn Roper. And so you have Vila Angela Roper, and we have little Miss Valerian. Her name is Valerian Evelyn. And of course, Valerian is what I chose. It's a Hindu name, and Evelyn is my maternal grandmother's first name. My grandmother and I were really, really close, and she died in 2005, and so I thought Evelyn went really well with Valerian, and so I love Valerian, and so her name is Valerian Evelyn, and so that's her. And so it's so early in the morning, y'all. I get up really early because I like to eat breakfast, because I wake up, feeling kind of yucky, even though I have the Zofran pump. But I like to get up early, and it makes me feel better to eat a breakfast before Violet gets up, because Violet gets up around 7:30. And so with my belly full, I can tend to her, get her breakfast, get her situated, and I'm not like moping, trying to fix my breakfast and fix her breakfast. So I sacrifice a little bit, and plus I've been a little sad, so I couldn't really sleep. So I'll just explain the appointment to you guys. Well, as they were looking at the ultrasound tech saw that there was a bulge in Valerian's belly button, and she asked, of course, for a second opinion. And she was very nice. A lot of times they're really vague, and they get nervous, and they run out of the room, and they bring somebody else, and nobody really tells you anything. Well, they weren't like that with me. They told me everything, even though I didn't understand the terminology at first. And so first, the ultrasound tech, she kept seeing the bulge in Valerian's belly button, and she called for another ultrasound tech who was a little bit more experienced, and they looked at Valerian's belly button, and then they called for the doctor to come in as a third opinion. And the doctor immediately said that it appeared that Valerian had an omphalocele. And if you don't know, I'm gonna include the spelling. An omphalocele is where I'm not gonna cry, where a little bit of there, she has a defect in her abdomen, where her abdomen did not close entirely. And so a little piece of her intestines is protruding out of her belly button. That's what it is. And it's a small piece. It's not horrendous or a worst case scenario. You could really see it on the ultrasound that a little piece of her intestines is protruding through. And, you know, of course, when she told me that, my heart just broke. Sorry, I don't cry. I don't like to cry. But anyway, the doctor, so we have a plan, and it's a very easy fix. And so, you know, the doctor explained, you know, my options to me, and, you know, what they could do after birth. They either take her into surgery right after birth, or they wait like a few days. But she has surgery that week that she's born. And so that's what we're gonna go with. And they're just gonna make a smaller, because it's covered, I think she said that it was covered by a sack. So God has already, you know, protected it and put a covering over it, because, you know, he knows it's going to get fixed. And so it has like a covering over it already in utero. And so, you know, they're just going to make an incision and, you know, push it back in. I know it seems really simple, but, you know, you feel bad because she's a baby, you know, she's a little person, and you want your child, you don't want anything to be wrong, you know, with your baby. And so that's why, you know, of course I'm emotional about it, because, you know, you want them to grow up healthy and everything. So I might have to have a C-section. That's not set in stone if I don't go into labor on my own, you know. And of course I'm gonna be going to, and that's why we didn't vlog, I wanted to go to I'm gonna be seeing the specialist every 2 weeks, just to check it, to get, you know, because as a baby grows you can see a lot clearer. And so that's, you know, what we're doing. And so, you know, I told them, you know, of course I told you guys about the amniocentesis that I did, because I don't want, that I declined, because I don't want to disrupt her home, her womb, where she is, especially during this time where she does have a little issue. I want her to stay in there. I want her to grow, get as big as possible, so when she is delivered, she'll be strong enough to handle, you know, a surgery. And so I don't want to do any further, you know, I don't want to disrupt her where she is. And so, but other than that, she's perfectly healthy. She's perfectly fine. You know, all of her legs are, they're still concerned about her legs seem short. But right now, Valerian is breech. She's in my pelvis, but she's laying across. And her legs are, remember I told you guys, it was, it's Indian style. And so they really, and she was not moving. They kept trying to shake my belly to make her move, but she just does her own thing. And she was in circle time in the womb, and she wasn't trying to move. And so she was doing her own thing, and she was in, you know, she's like, oh, your baby's not cooperating. I said, just leave her alone. She'll, when she gets big enough and she can't hang down in my pelvis anymore, she'll come up when she's ready. She's 9 ounces, so she's almost 1 pound. And so, yeah, she looks like my husband. Gee whiz. I'm gonna insert I'm gonna insert her profile so you guys can see. I'm gonna take a picture of it and insert it. So y'all can see her profile. Looks just like my husband, just like Viola, look just like her daddy. And so, yeah, so yeah, I told you I was gonna film it, but it was such a shock because you know when you go in for ultrasound, you don't expect to, you don't expect anything to be wrong or an issue or anything, and so I was really surprised, and my husband was upset, and it just wasn't the time or the place to be trying to vlog and all of that stuff. Like, and I would have been able to vlog no way because I was boohooing the whole day. So, but she's fine, and I'll be fine, and we'll be fine. I just, ask for your prayers and your support, and I tell you, I'll update you guys and let you guys know what's going on. You guys been so wonderful with all of your support and all of your well wishes, and I appreciate you guys more than you know. I don't do this for money. I don't do YouTube for fame or recognition. I do it because it's just a great community, to be in, where you have people that support you and just they mean well, they want the best for you. And so yeah, so and at this point I really do need the support because it's just I have to kind of be careful who I'm around, because you hear comments and people say things like trying to blame you for different things, and some people are just insensitive to what you're going through. And at this point, I don't want to fuss with anybody. I don't want to argue. I just want to, I'm just going to stay close to home and just only surround myself with people that are positive and that, have positive things to say. I mean, nothing in this life is perfect, but there's always a brighter side to everything. And I see the brighter side, and I know she's going to be fine. The doctor, assured me that, it's a very easy fix. It's not an extreme case. It's just, and she'll be completely fine. And so, I'm just, we're just praying, and, we're stepping out on faith, that Valerian will be fine. So I just wanted to come and give you guys a really quick update. One of my friends, she's gonna come and visit me today, to cheer me up, and and she, her son is 2 weeks older than Viola, so they're gonna play, and we're just gonna, take our mind off of things. And I'm really blessed to have a great circle of friends that are very encouraging, and some of my in-laws and my family members that, just encourage me and tell me just it doesn't matter what the doctor's report is, God has the last say. She may be born vaginally, and it may be a very minor fix, or maybe just like as simple as a hernia, it may be just a hernia, so yeah. So if you have any questions, I can't really answer any detailed questions because this is very new. And it would, just to let anybody know, just in case somebody out there asks, it's nothing that I did. I didn't do anything to cause it. Nothing caused it. It's just like any other deformity. It's a fluke in nature. And so that's just basically what it is. There's nobody to blame, and nobody should be blamed. Things happen, you can't expect life to just be perfect all the time. Things happen. And, just unfortunately this happened to her, but she's going to overcome it, and it's going to be a part of her testimony, a part of her story, so yeah. So that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comments below, and I'll answer it to the best of my, my ability. But, this news is like really new. and so I'm not well versed in it, and it's still in the beginning stages. And so I'm gonna have an ultrasound every 2 weeks to monitor it, and things may change. It may just be like a hernia, you know, or because everything is a guesstimation or a hypothesis with them. So, but they have to give you worst case scenario so you don't freak out, down the line. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys next week or the week after next, after I have my my next appointment.